Hey guys, it's Catherine in my keto kitchen in California. I wish I was in California. I'm in Kansas. I don't know why I said California. Anyways, I am going to share with you something that I just came up with. I was going to do a different recipe, and then I got to looking at some of the ingredients, and I didn't really care for it. I had ground up pork rinds. I like pork rinds, but I don't like ground up piggy rinds in something that's supposed to be sweet. So anyways, I made something different, so I wanted to share it with you. This will be my second batch, so I have a batch that's already done, and I can show you that. This will go really quick. Hello, Teresa. Hi, Teresa. Where are you watching from, Teresa? I'm Catherine. I am the Kansas portion of the Global Keto Connection. Christy's the one that's in Switzerland. But it's so nice to have you with me today, Teresa. So I'm going to get started here, and hopefully you can see what I got going over here. So I've got this on medium-low heat, and in here I'm going to add 3 tablespoons of unsalted butter. This way we can control the amount of salt that we have in here, and don't let somebody else have that control. So that's going in there. I've got 2 tablespoons of coconut oil. There's 2 different kinds of coconut oil. There's refined, which does not taste like coconut at all. So if you're not a coconut fan, but you want to use coconut oil, get the refined coconut oil. This one is unrefined. So this one has the coconut oil still in it. Either way, for me, it doesn't matter. I like coconut. So we're going to let this melt, and then we'll get started. So I'm calling this kind of a trail mix, but after I cooked it, and I did it 2 different ways so that I could kind of share that with you, and you could decide what works best for you. It kind of clumps together at the end, so it honestly would make an awesome keto cereal. Hey guys, hey Christy, miss you girl. Teresa's coming from Indiana. I'm a Hoosier. I was born in Lafayette. My family's from Peru and Vincennes. What part of Indiana are you in, Teresa? Christy says she's watching. I know where she is. She's the one in Switzerland. Hey, it's late there. Are you 6 hours ahead of me, Christy, now? Or are you still 7? I wasn't sure when Switzerland switches times. So anyways, I've got the 3 tablespoons of unsalted butter in my pan on a medium-low heat with 2 tablespoons of coconut oil. Let this melt, and we will move forward. I have everything all measured out, so it'll go fairly quick. This is powdered erythritol. This one is swerve, powdered swerve, and this is a 1/4 cup. So I'm going to go ahead and add that in here, and then I've got a 1/4 cup of brown sugar swerve. I'll get that in there. I will add my pink salt. That way I can control the amount of salt. You can control the amount of salt. You may like it saltier than I do. Tell City, very south. Okay, I've never been there. That's awesome. Christina is watching too. Christy is still 7 hours ahead. It's midnight there. Their time changes next week. So does ours, Christy. Last year we had a week that we were only 6 hours apart, Christy and myself. Teresa, are you an hour ahead of me in Indiana? I think you are. Tell City, I've never even heard of that. Not that I know all the cities in Indiana, nor do I even know the ones here in Kansas. I'll turn this light back on. Can you guys see it? Hopefully you can see it. So anyway, I'm just sort of getting this all mixed together. Smells good. Who doesn't love butter? I'm a Paula Deen fan, and that girl loves butter as much as I do, probably more than I do. Thank God butter is on the keto diet. Alrighty, I'm going to add some cinnamon in, and you can add as much as you want. I didn't really measure it. That's kind of how I roll. I think that's why until I met Christy, I never was really into baking because it's such a exact science to do baking. I love to cook. I can add and taste as I'm going, whereas when you're baking, it's hard when you're dealing with raw eggs. They don't scare me though. Alrighty, I'm gonna start adding some stuff in. I have got a half a cup of unsweetened coconut flakes. I'm gonna add that in and get that coated a little bit. And the rest of these are all nuts. I've got a half a cup of peanuts. If you don't like the nuts I'm using, then pick the nuts that you like. I say it all the time, BYOC, be your own chef. Pick the nuts that you like. I got a half a cup of macadamia nuts. These are all unsalted nuts. Half a cup of chopped pecans. Half a cup of walnuts that are chopped. Half a cup of almonds, again, all unsalted. Half a cup of not pumpkin seeds, sesame seeds, or not sesame seeds, jeez, it's been a long day already. Sunflower seeds. I really wanted the pepitas, the pumpkin seeds, but I could not find them when I went to the store. So they had the ones in the shelf and I wasn't going to do that. So they did have the ones that were salted, but I wanted unsalted. So now I'm just getting it all coated nicely. You could leave it just like this, but I went and added a 1/4 cup of whole flaxseed. Great omega-3 fatty acids in there. And a 1/4 cup of hemp heart seeds. Look like this, hemp hearts. More good omega-3 fatty acids, and just stir it all in together. Now this is where I wasn't sure if I wanted to finish it on the stove or if I wanted to finish it in the oven. So I went and took half of it and put it in the oven on a sheet pan at 300, and I stirred it every 5 minutes. You need to watch nuts. They can burn really easily. I guess that's why I think I preferred doing it on the stove. You can smell it and have a little more control on the stove. I'm gonna go ahead and add my pink salt. Gotta have some sweet with the salt. And basically that's all it is. And you just stir it until you get the nuts toasted. I think this batch I'm gonna do completely on the stovetop. I'm gonna tilt you up and straighten you out a little bit, maybe. Teresa says she's Central Time Zone. Christina's in Katy, Texas. I think Katie's down by Houston, isn't it? So it's just after 5 where Teresa is, and that's where I am. Let me get what I did already. And it's still a little bit warm, but it's, I'm gonna tip you down. It smells amazing. It has these clumps. Some of it's loose. I think you could probably add like a sugar-free maple syrup. That would be really good in here with that cinnamon. But I'm gonna let this cool completely and see if it clumps a little bit more. tastes amazing, but my thought was it would be great as a cereal, a keto cereal. I don't know about you guys, but I miss cereal. I miss the ease of being able to just get a bowl and pour some milk on it and have some cereal. See who else is on here. Misty is watching. Hey Misty, I'm Catherine. Christy says yum. Yes, that's what I say, yum. I know that she loves cereal too. Where are you coming from, Misty? Tell us where you are. I'm in Kansas, but give this a stir. I would love to have something that would be easy to have for a cereal. I have these cute little bowls that I had all of my nuts and ingredients in. These came from IKEA. I know Christy has them too. We didn't plan that. These are actually in the kids section. They come in 6 different colors. There's all 6 are in one batch, so I have several batches of them. Anyways, so you could put a half a cup of cereal in there and put in a cup of the almond milk or coconut milk. Just make sure it's unsweetened. The one that I get, let me show you. I get this one, and it is a toasted coconut almond milk, and it has 0 net carbs, 45 calories for 1 cup, and it's amazing. That toasting that they did of the coconut before they milked the coconut. Okay, that was a bad pun. Anyways, really makes it taste amazing. But my other thought was, you can get out your little scale. Here's mine, my scale, and you can do it in grams or you can do it in ounces. Get some little snack size bags and weigh out whatever you want as your snack size portion. Put it in there after it's all the way cooled and everything, and then you can zip it closed, keep them in the refrigerator, and then you have great snacks. You can throw them in your purse, you can throw it in your work bag, throw it in your book bag, whatever really will work for you. But I just think it's gonna be something that I am going to make more often. Christy and I had made a granola recipe last year. It was before we started cooking live together. We were just cooking together at the same time and talking about it through Messenger, and we made one. It was okay. I don't know. Christy, did you like it a lot? I don't know. I never made it again. That's kind of my way I judge whether or not I needed to have it again. But and I say BYOC, be your own chef. If you don't like the nuts I use, then pick something else. If you don't like nuts at all, then don't make the recipe. But there's just lots of ways that you could do it. You could leave out the flaxseed. You could leave out the hemp parts. I like the added fats that they bring. I can't really tell you the calorie count unless I did it for what I did exactly. But if you don't do it exactly the way that I did it, it's not going to be the same. So use your tracker. I use my Fitness Pal, but there's Senza, there's I think it's Chronometer. What else is there? Carb managers. There's several of them, but using a tracker really will help help you to keep a log of what it is that you're not only consuming daily, but, and Christy's been a great reminder for me on this, where it's like, well, remember when you lost, 5 pounds in that 1 week? I can go back to that week and I can see exactly what it was that I ate, and I can get an idea. So it helps you keep track of your calories, your carbs, your fats, your proteins. Your proteins you want to hit fats are a lever that you use to help keep you feel full, and your carbs you want to keep 20 or under. But it's great to be able to go back and see what you were doing the weeks that you were successful, and you could recreate them. So Christy has told me that over and over again, to use that as a tool. So when I did this on the stove and then I took half of it and put it in the oven, I did 300 degrees and spread half of it out on the sheet pan, and I turned it on for 5-minute increments, and I stirred it every 5 minutes for a total of 15 minutes, and then now it's cooling on the sheet pan. Rachel's with us. Hey Rachel, where are you coming from? I've seen you on our page too. Christy said that was good after we added that sugar-free maple syrup. She was saying that she loved it as cereal. I think that was what I liked the most about it, was that it made a good cereal. And I didn't have the exact nuts that we were using the recipe for when we did that one last year. And maybe I didn't like it as much because I think Christy followed the recipe exact. But we'll just let this one go and see how it turns out. I really do think I like it best on the stove. It has a nice clumping to it, whereas I stirred it more often in the oven and it didn't clump as much, but it still is, it tastes the same. So anyways, I hope that you give it a try, and don't forget to check out our YouTube channel, same name, Global Keto Connection. Hit the subscribe button, and then there's a bell, and click the bell. It usually will give you an option of some notifications or all notifications whenever we post one of our videos to YouTube. All of these live videos, or if it's a recreation video, then it still goes to our YouTube channel. It's so much easier to find these videos on our YouTube channel. There's not all of the talking and everything, and all the other recipes, which are amazing. I'm not knocking that at all. And stuff to keep us motivated. Thank you, Christy, for all the motivation that you give us on the daily. But finding the actual cooking videos that we post and share will be easier to find on the YouTube channel. So all of our Tuesday, that's Christy and myself, will be found in the YouTube channel. Her Saturday Night Bites, or Spooky Saturday Night Bites, those were awesome. Or my Sunday Surprise, which is right now, can be found on the YouTube channel easily. Our Thursday session is like a Zoom class, and anyone's welcome to join. There is no fee for it. It's just a bunch of us, girls, guys, whomever wants to join, and we pick a recipe, and everybody gets all their ingredients together, and then we cook together. And Christy usually leads us, and we cook these awesome recipes. Sometimes they're entrees, sometimes it's pizza, sometimes it's breakfast, sometimes it's dessert. But our Tuesdays and Thursday sessions are at 10 a.m. Central Time. That is 5 p.m. Switzerland time, where Christy is. And you're always welcome to join us. If you don't want to cook, that's okay too. We don't care. You're welcome to just watch or give us your 2 cents. Maybe you have a tip that we don't know. We all laugh and have fun. Hey, Jody. Jody's boyfriend works with my husband. So, hey, Jody. Glad you were able to join us today. Yeah, some people have great tips to share that none of us knew. So I think it was 2 weeks ago we were making something, and we were mixing ground meat, and I had suggested that when you're working with ground meat, you don't want to overwork it. You don't really want to get your hands in there too much, especially the palms, because you don't want to melt some of that fat, and you can also make the meat tough if you overwork it. So be gentle when you're mixing ground meat, like if you're making a meatloaf, or in that case we were making the stroganoff burgers, which was an amazing recipe. Boy, that was good. So anyways, I'm just gonna let this keep simmering here on medium-low heat. I'm gonna jump off and get the rest of my stuff done for Sunday. I didn't get to go for a bike ride. It's cold here. It's in the 40s and windy, like so windy that you can hear it inside the house. It's just nuts. Jody can probably vouch for that because she's not too far away. She's only about 20 miles away from me. So I will see you guys on Tuesday and on Thursday. Even if you're able to just hop on and say hi, we'd love to see your face. I know Christy's had some coworkers that were taking their breaks back here in the States, and they were able to hop on and say hi, and so we got to meet people. We act goofy and enjoy our time together. But thank you guys so much for putting your faith in us and joining our page and asking all the questions. That's what we wanted to do. We've been so successful, Christy and myself together, that we wanted to share that with you guys and pay it forward. So if we can help anyone to do something to find a healthy lifestyle, keto, low carb, or whatever it is that works for you, then we want to do it. So I hope you have a great rest of this Sunday and stay warm unless it's hot where you're at, and then I hope it cools off. So have a great evening. Thanks so much, guys. Bye.